Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I have a video series where I look at certain characters in the One Piece universe and I talk about how strong is that character. I've done a video on Luffy, Zoro, Shanks, and on Kid. But it's time for me to look at my second favorite character of all time, Trafalgar Law, and for me to analyze how powerful and make me look at all his feats to see how powerful is truly Trafalgar Law. So in this video I must look at everything that Law have done in the series, every feat that he has done, and I'm going to talk about it and see and compare him to the other characters and see how strong he is. Let's just start off with Law's Death Fruit, because I think Law Death Fruit is one of the most unique and most powerful Death Fruit in the One Piece universe. The Ope Ope fruit, and it's literally in its name, the Ope Ope fruit. Law can make a circle, and in the circle Law became a god basically. Law can do anything that he wants. Law can play with you. Law can change your genders. Law can swap your body. Law can swap your heart. You can swap your emotions, swap your personality with different characters in the circle. So basically in the circle Law become a god. But the thing is, with the circle you can cancel the circle with a hockey, because we have seen that recently when Law faced the Blackbeard's crew. You can cancel a devil fruit if your hockey is strong enough. I think Blackbeard had done that with Law. I think Law actually did done that when a certain person on Blackbeard's crew that turned Law into a woman. Then Law quickly uses their fruit to cancel out the devil fruit use. So you can cancel the devil fruit if your hockey is strong enough, and we know Law has good hockey, not amazing hockey, but it's decent. He has normal Armor hockey and normal operation hockey, no Conqueror's hockey, no advanced form of his hockeys, but still Law got a good hockey from the fact that his hockey was strong enough to make a Big Mom bleed. But I'm going pause, by the way, but I'm going on, so make me just slow it down. So let's go back to the Devil Fruit side, because I'm on a rush now here. So with his Devil Fruit, he can do basically anything in the circle when he uses the Devil Fruit. And there's a reason why a certain Doflamingo wanted the Devil Fruit, because that Devil Fruit can make somebody live forever. And there's a theory that's going on that from the reason how Dofi knows is because there's someone that is immortal. You can make a person mortal with that Devil Fruit, and there's a theory that's going on that Emu is mortal, but there's a whole different can of worms. So Law Devil Fruit, you can make yourself immortal. You can do anything with the Devil Fruit, and it's so unique and powerful. And when you awaken it, it becomes even 10 times stronger. And Law is very good with his Devil Fruit use. He's an awakened Devil Fruit user, and when you the ways you must awaken the Devil Fruit, if you are very good with a Devil Fruit, if you know how to use it, and if you experience and if you work hard with Devil Fruit, which I think Law has, because he's awakened. I think actually Law did awaken his Devil Fruit before Luffy did, because Luffy did kind of focus on hockey for quite a few years. Then not a few years, but a few months, because One Piece is not a year or 2 years. It take less than 5 months. But anyways, so for quite a while Luffy did focus on his hockey, and it seemed like Law didn't focus on his hockey. He did focus on his Devil Fruit, and that's why Law's Devil Fruit use his top tier, his awakened and stuff like that. I already talked about his hockey, but let's talk about what I mean by when Law did make Big Mom bleed. Pause. So literally Law with his hockey and his awakened Devil Fruit did make Big Mom bleed. And why am I saying it like it's a big deal? Because it is a very big deal, because Big Mom has no scars. Big Mom has the best durability. Literally broke to say how he to explain Big Mom's body is like an iron balloon. You can't pop it, you can't destroy it. It might be soft, pause, but it's impossible to go through the skin. Pause. Why am I keep saying pause? Because there's a lot of no DD. Yeah. So Big Mom body is so unique, and why I keep saying unique body, her body is so very, very weird, that the fact that you can cut it, you can try to cut it, see one bleed, you can try to pierce the skin and see one bleed. It's impossible to make Big Mom bleed. And what we have seen Big Mom have no scars. And Big Mom come from the A's of Rosa, Whitebeard, Roxy, so big. Big Mom probably for of Sangs. Big Mom come of the A's of Rayleigh, Gob, Kaido. And we know Kaido have a lot of scars. And he's top 10, top 5 of durability in history, in One Piece history. And Gob also have scars, Rayleigh have scars. Who else have scars? Whitebeard have scars. The fact that Big Mom had 0 scars that we have seen on her says how good and how powerful her skin is. And the fact that Law is one of the very few characters that actually make Big Mom bleed that we have seen. We haven't seen when Luffy went in Gear 4th and tried to box off Big Mom. Big Mom, maybe he didn't one-shot Luffy, but Luffy didn't make Big Mom bleed. Law is the king. Law to make Big Mom bleed with his awakened use and his devil fruit. Yeah, he's awakened and his hockey use against Big Mom in fight. And later in Wano, when Law's biggest feat is make Big Mom bleed, fought against Kaido, but the worst generation was happening Law, but Law had done 80 to 65% of the damage and deal with Big Mom. So it was a 2v1, Kid and Law to face Big Mom, and even though it was 2v1 and Law and Kid did win with in a very extremely high death fight, Law actually done most of the work. Law done 80 to 60% of the work. Law done the most damage to Big Mom. Law was the most dangerous in the fight against Big Mom. Even though Kid at the end of the day got a final attack off and done probably one big attack to put Big Mom down forever, Law did actually carry Kid throughout the fight. And that's Law's biggest feat. And thinking about what's other Law's feat, Law did quickly no-death Smoker in Punk Hazard when Smoker was a very high rank at the time. I think he was Rear Admiral at the time, and Law did destroy Smoker, which was a Rear Admiral. Law was a former warlord of the sea. Before he did help Luffy to defeat Doflamingo. Law was a part of the Law was part of the Seven Warlord for quite at least 2 years. Then after he worked with Luffy, so Law after the Dofi fight he was a warlord to 4th command level, and we know Law had a hard time against Doflamingo, and the reason is, if Dofi and Law at the time to fought, it will be a 50-50 to 60-40% to Dofi. But why did Dofi literally bodies a Law? And the reason is, how I could see it is that since Dofi was a Law abusive, Dofi abused Law mentally and physically, and Dofi abused Law so badly that in the fight Law couldn't do anything because he's still very traumatic with Dofi and experience with Dofi, and that's my reason why I don't. That's my hate canon why Law didn't done that so good with Doflamingo. Why he didn't done so well against Doflamingo. That's my reason, because Law is still traumatic. A traumatic experience of Dofi mentally abuse him, physically abuse him. So that why Law didn't done all that well, but. That's my headcanon. You guys can disagree or agree, but that's me. Then Law's biggest feat came quite recently, but that recently was like a year ago. Is where Law did basically had a 1v5 the Blackbeard fight. So Blackbeard did jump Law, tried to steal the Robins from the engine thingies. So Law had to stand his ground, had to stand his business, and had to fight Blackbeard and his 4 other crewmates. And by the way, Law Hockey was good enough to cancel out a Devil Fruit user. Law was boxing against Blackbeard. Law did caught Blackbeard for a few times. Law stood his ground. Law might be scared at the moment, but it didn't show on Law's face he was scared of Blackbeard. Law did hold his ground. Law done big damage on Blackbeard. Blackbeard couldn't answer anything to Law at the start of the fight. At the start of the fight, Blackbeard done nothing to Law. Then just slowly, Blackbeard did destroy the boy. Blackbeard did actually run Law's fate. poor Law got packed up and got smoked from Blackbeard. But because after first we see of them fighting, then went back to Egg Island, then when we went back to Law and Blackbeard, Law did look very badly beaten up. Blackbeard didn't look that bad. I can't even remember that Blackbeard had any injury, but it seemed like he didn't. But still, the fact that Law did stood his ground against a Yonko, Law did fought against a Yonko, and he stood his ground. Even Law did beat one Yonko and he lost to one other Yonko. That's good on Law's book. He lost to one, he defeated one, but same. It was basically a 5v1 because Law's crewmate is useless. They don't have any reason to be there because Law is literally doing everything in his crew. So poor Law have to deal with his useless crewmate, except for Beppo. Beppo did carry Law at end, literally and physically. But Law did done amazing work against Blackbeard. We must respect Law because Law that stood his ground against Blackbeard. It was a respectful fight between Law and Blackbeard, even though Blackbeard did run his fate. So you must respect Law for fighting against a Yonko. And where I would put Law, I would say Law is first commander level. That way I would put Law at the moment. He's definitely stronger than Kid. He's Soren and Law, you could have an argument. Law's weaker than Luffy. So that's the video. I hope you guys like the video. I hope you guys subscribe. I'm going to see you guys later. And that's the video where I say how strong is the Trafalgar Water Law, and Law is a first commander level. So like the video, subscribe, goodbye.